What's up, guys? We are live. It is Friday night, and it is time for another pointless, pointless movie magazine countdown. But people seem to like them. The comment section is always like pretty lively. They do well in certain algorithms on YouTube. So what the fuck, you know what I mean? Might as well just do it again, you know. And this is an interesting one because this is movies from the 2000s. So this is Empire Magazine's greatest 50 horror movies of the 21st century. And I don't think I've really covered the 21st century too much in these lists. It's mainly been focused on 80s, 90s stuff. And it's quite interesting because I don't really know, like, when it comes to like movies in the 21st century, I'm not quite sure where the I think this is a public vote for people who read Empire Magazine. And Empire Magazine is a UK magazine as well. I'll just specify. So it's probably going. It's probably going to be a largely UK audience, but it's obviously still going to be mainly American movies in the top 50, with some obviously British, Asian thrown in. But when it comes to like movies from the 21st century, I'm not entirely sure. Like when it comes to 80s and 90s movies, I can pretty much guarantee where certain films are going to fall in the top 10. Because this is, you know, we're a lot closer to the first 20 years of this century than we are to the 80s and 90s. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult to judge where people fall within like what makes a good movie. Movies haven't had as long to sort of marinate with people, you know, in terms of what they like. You know, people like movies, and people love movies. The movies they love, in some cases it's immediate. Some cases it takes a few years. You know, in a lot of cases it may take, it may take 20, 30 years for them to really appreciate just how much they love that movie, which gets them that like number one place and a number two place and a number five place. And when it comes to movies of the 21st century, I think it's gonna be a lot more difficult. Because I don't really think people know what they like and what they don't like to the extent that they do with movies from the 80s. But let's just go back into the chat. Who we've got in the chat. We've got JT in the chat. I don't know who that guy is. Some weirdo, I think. I have no idea who that guy is. We've got what's up, Nanette? I was in Nanette's live stream the other day. If you're not subscribed to Nanette, please go and subscribe to Nanette. She's fantastic, lovely person. Live streams fairly often. You do seem to like delete some of your live streams in that for some reason. I don't know why, because I've quite often I've clicked on your live stream and it's gone. So don't stop deleting your live streams in there, because you know you're not doing anyone any favors in that way. We got Professor Macabro. What's up, man? I think you have been in the chat before. If you haven't, I do apologize. Welcome. If you have, welcome back. We got Sean. Sean, what's up, man? We've got Darren from South Wales. Good old Darren. Well, what's up, man? Hope you. I can see Darren's face there. Actually, I think that's the first time we've seen Darren's face. Pulling. Looks like he's gurning. We've got. We've got some. We got Ginger Ninja. Freaking hell, man! We've got people from all across the planet, man. We've got Ginger Ninja from Australia down under. We've got Nanette from Nanette. Where are you from, Nanette? You're from the south, right? I think JC said you were from the south. You from Carolina? So we've got Sean in Ireland. We've got JT who's jumping on now from New York. We've got Nanette from the south. We've got Ginger Ninja from Australia. We've got Darren from Wales. We just need a few more to make it like a real sort of like global stream. So let's just I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just bring on my not so special guest, because he's been on here so many times now. He's in no way remotely special, despite whatever his 435 subs tell you. Welcome all the way from New York City. It's JT.
New York City representing. Yeah, I know. I always say I'm a lamp in your room. You might as well
Yeah.
redo the intro and throw my social media links up there too.
Yeah.
At this
Okay.
point, yeah, I know how much work you put in, like I do. That'll happen. What's up, everybody in chat? I know it's like a worldwide event.
Well, we've got it's the first time. I think it's the first time. The only time I think Ginger Ninja was in the stream was I did
I
like an
just told
early.
you we were going to be live.
I did an early evening stream, like a while back. It was like 6 p.m., which doesn't make any sense because that's like even less friendly for him being down under. Because that makes even less sense for him to be there. You know, because it's like 6 a.m. there. But whatever works. So this should be perfect time. If you're not working and you're down under, then this is perfect time for you. So come on.
Come from a land down under.
Yeah.
Love that song.
Yeah, I've heard it too many times, though, man. It gets played so often.
I still agree to it every time.
What's up? He was 6'4" and full of muscles.
Yes, and she gave him a calamite sandwich, which I still don't know to this day what that is.
Hey, no, Sean, it's a Vegemite sandwich.
Vegemite, yeah, whatever
Vegemite,
the fuck it is. I still don't know what it is to this day.
It's some sort of weird Aussie spread. They don't use margarine or butter. They use something called Vegemite. You'd have to explain. Ninja will explain it.
You just solved like a 20-year mystery for me.
Yeah.
See, you never know what'll happen. Sean, thanks for subscribing. And I was going to throw your link in the net, and then someone beat me. The Kinja beat me to it.
Yeah. Nanette was streaming last night, and I wasn't sure if you were gonna.
I couldn't take it. I was trying to get Goretta to talk to her to get her on the channel. You know who that is?
Who?
The black chick who's in a bunch of Italian horror movies. And she was in Demon. She's the first one to transform.
I'll know the face, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, it's a hard name to forget. It's literally Goretta. Like it's the same name twice for some reason.
So yeah, I think we pretty much. Oh yeah, I gave Gareth his first super chat tonight. He was doing his live stream for it. He was doing his Raw Deal watch along with Bronson. I gave him a £1 super chat.
Yes.
I said that's the last you'll be getting out of me.
That's funny because that starts after 1,000, right?
Yeah. That's when you get That's when you get your super chats. He made £1 off me, and I think whatever $1 Canadian worth, he got that as well. So he's well on the way.
You don't have to be partnership with YouTube or monetize, right? Super chat, that's totally different.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Gareth ain't monetized. You know that.
I know that when you super chat him, it's 17. Like I super chatted him £1. And 17 pence was taxed, so he got 83 pence. So he doesn't get all of it, you know. There is obviously the man's going to get taxed for whatever people are paying him, but you know.
Oh yeah, sure. That tax more than anyone.
Yeah, the tax man's always going to be the IRS. He's there. He's there with his briefcase. He's always going to be taxing him.
Man.
Anyway. Let's get into tonight's topic, which is Empire Magazine's top 50 horror movies of the 21st century. I put this wrong in the description twice.
Yeah.
I originally described it as the top 50 movies.
Yeah, I had no idea.
The 2000s. Then I changed it. I realized that was wrong, so I changed it to the top 50 horror movies of the 2000s. And then I forgot that 2000s doesn't mean the entire 21st century. That just means 2000 to 2009.
Yeah, usually it's 100 years, Mike.
Yeah, so then I had to change it again to top 50 horror movies of the 21st century.
I didn't even notice the change.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really did. I was like thinking, hang on a minute. Yeah, this is 2000s. 2000s means a decade. It doesn't mean nobody really knows what to call
this.
Nobody knows. It's like when you get to the 20s now, I think that's when it'll become the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, like back in the olden days. But nobody calls everyone just called the 2010s, the 2010s, and the 2000s. You know, the aughts and the what the hell is the 2010s? Is that like the ones? That doesn't make tens. The
We got the
tens.
aughts, and then we got the 2010s. So then we got
Doesn't
the
make it,
2020s.
yeah.
It's stupid, but that's what we had.
But anyway, yeah, we've basically got the. This is a fairly modern list as well. It goes back to the end of 2021, so it is fairly up to date. But like I say, in terms of like what I want to see high up in this list, I hope It Follows is a top 10 movie,
That should.
but I don't think it will be.
But it should be high up.
Yeah, I've got.
Movie I do too.
I'm calling out now, and I've not read this list. I've read I looked at the first like 5 or 6 entries.
Yeah,
Just
you
I think
never read.
just to include maybe look for a couple like maybe to get a thumbnail for the list. But I'm gonna call it now. I think Get Out will be number 1.
All right.
I just
it will definitely be up there. Hereditary.
yeah, I just think Get Out is gonna be number 1 just because of reasons. I just think that it will be just because for certain reasons. I think that will be number 1.
We'll save it for another day.
Yeah,
Sunday.
so I'm calling that as number 1, and like I say, I have no idea what is number 1. I don't know what any of the top 40 are, but I'm calling Get Out number 1. I think It Follows. I think It Follows will be top 20. I hope The Guest is in there highly as well.
The Guest is so fucking great. That should be, but no one likes The Guest. Hey, Big T.
Yeah, the big 4-0. I'm not going to be able to jump on live tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Sunday?
Sunday.
It's Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to be working, but I'll be in the chat. I'll be jumping in the chat.
We're streaming Sunday night with Dave and
yeah, we'll be live. We'll be live Sunday night anyway. So,
our top horror films, top 10 of the 90s, the greatest.
Yeah. So yeah, anybody wants to check that one out? The last stream for the 80s was nearly 500 views on that one. So hopefully this is. I don't think it'll be quite as big as that one because 80s and 90s it doesn't probably hit the algorithms a 90s list than the 80s. Gareth seems to think that anything with 80s horror in a title, just guarantee. I'm tempted to just call every stream now 80s horrors, and just even if it's got nothing to do with 80s horror movies, and just let the views roll in. But
if you call Jay on Dawn of the Dead and remake 04, that should be on there.
Yeah, it should be.
And the
Conjuring. The Conjuring's definitely going to be in there. These movies are guaranteed, but it's just a case of
on there, but it won't. I'd be highly surprised if The Guest was on there.
So let's just get this.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get it.
So present, share screen. Hang on, screen.
And then we usually like comment on each movie and say if that's too low, that's too high, and stuff like that. We usually try to guess the top 10.
Okay, so I'm not going to be in with the chat for the next 10 movies because I'm going to be counting down. So if you want to like just engage with the chat a little bit, save the job.
Sean, you're hoping for the Elm Street remake to be number 1.
That's not going to happen. Number 50, we've got Freaky. I actually like this film.
I don't think
I don't. It's Vince Vaughn. It's the body swap serial killer movie.
Yeah, I know he's.
Yeah, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's quite gruesome as well. There's some like it's not a PG-13 horror. It's definitely rated R. It's got like a buzzsaw kill.
Nice.
You know, like which I wasn't expecting for a movie like this.
There's going to be a lot of movies on here that I haven't seen because I really don't give a shit about most. Like 2000s horror or 2010s to be more exact. The Empty Man, if this list has any fucking clue, should be on this list at least. If not like top near the top.
That's an interesting one. I don't know whether I think it'll feature, but I don't think it'll feature that highly if it does.
Well, that not a lot of people even saw that movie.
Yeah,
it released during COVID and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It came out at a bad time.
But a fucking amazing movie.
Number 49, I've just completely jumped ahead there. Number 49, we've got. We've got The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I haven't seen this for the longest time, and I
Been a
don't
lot.
remember particularly enjoying it the first time round.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm not a big fan of exorcism movies, like religious horror.
Yeah.
Like
The same girl who plays Dexter's sister on Dexter.
okay,
I forget her name. I don't know why I can't think of it.
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. It's been a long time. I didn't really love it or like it or anything.
this kickstarted a lot of those exorcisms. There was a lot of like straight to video, straight to streaming exorcism movies after this movie dropped. You know, it was just like the thing for a good 4 or 5 years. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this style of movie, to be fair, but I thought this would be higher actually. I thought this would be like top 30, but
I think it's right where it belongs, if anything.
We've got the Fear Street Chili. Fucking Fear.
Is that even a movie?
It's 3 films. I don't know how you class it as one movie. Only the first movie is any good. The second 2 are complete dog shit. The third one is just absolutely awful.
The third one's horrible. I like a little.
The third one is like The Witch for retards.
I don't even remember the third one actually. Like I remember it being terrible, and then I never talked about it again.
It's just utterly ridiculous, and it's The only good thing about Fear Street is the first 10 minutes of the first movie. That's it. Everything after that for me is just like utter crap.
Yeah, the intro is pretty good.
Yeah, and Maya Hawke, who's like the best thing in the entire trilogy, gets killed off in the first 10 minutes, and it just goes downhill from then on.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a movie series I don't like.
Yeah. I can well guess what that one is.
You're probably right.
100%. 47. We got The Others.
The Others. That's a great movie. That should be higher up, actually.
I think it's just like the age of it now. It's like one like I've not seen. Like I say, I think this is voted for by the readers of the magazine, so that would probably explain some like slightly strange decisions. I'm like I've not seen this film since release, so I remember I enjoyed it, but
I think it just came and was a great movie, and then it just kind of went, and no one really talks about it anymore.
I think it got lost in the whole early 2000s.
Yeah. I think it's a great twist. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it. But, I mean,
it was
20-something years, but
yeah.
I mean, we've seen that type of twist done before, but the way they did it was very.
It was well done. It was well done.
Yeah.
46. We have got. No, this is a joke. 46 for Sinister, arguably the scariest film of the 21st century, and it's number 46.
I really don't like this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's nothing that I go apeshit about or anything. Big Cabin in the Woods better be high up. I forgot about that.
I liked Sinister, man. I just the home footage videos just send a shiver down my spine. Like
they are disturbing.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's and that is the icing on the cake for me. The whole film for me is solid. It's not as if like that's the only plus point and the rest is like to a lesser level. The whole film for me is tense. It's scary, and not many movies actually. Well, to be fair, no movie really scares me fully. But in terms of it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. That certainly did that.
The whole video.
Yeah, that whole like it's like what do you call it? Super 8. Yeah, Super 8. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I think it's the whole. It wouldn't have worked with like imagine he moved to a home and it was like old DVDs. It wouldn't have had the same impact. But the whole the Super 8 aesthetic it works really well for me. But
I also I'm not a big Ethan Hawke fan, so that might have something to do with it too. Because I like the look of Bagul. Bagul's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I remember that shit, even though I don't care for it. He's cool. He's a coolly designed demon, whatever the fuck he is.
Number 45, we have got Dr. Sleep.
Still haven't seen it because I just...
No, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I ordered it.
I just haven't got round to it.
Me too.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, same.
I don't know what it is. That's just like put me off. I don't know. It's just like for
Just one of
whatever
those
reason.
movies you never got around to. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never really and it's not like I do like The Shining. I'm not the biggest fan of The Shining. I do like the film, but
Yeah, I remember you.
it's just I've never really understood like the adoration that it gets.
Oh yeah, I would never put it in like the top 3 horror movies. Like no, it's a great movie. It's a great film. But, I mean, it's Kubrick, but I wouldn't put it. I'm not crazy about it as most people are. Yeah, like you.
But I know a lot of people are just just rave about the movie. But I mean, like I do need to. I am going to get round to watching it eventually. But when you've got like a list, of like every single week, new movies come out, you want to check them out, and plus the amount of old movies I still have to see. So I'll get round to it eventually. Number 44, we have got. No, so this is interesting. Barbarian Sound Studio is a movie that I've not seen, and I have I've told Lorne to watch this film because I think he'd really appreciate it. It's basically the main actor, Toby Jones, by the way, he's like top notch actor.
I've seen.
Yeah, he's like a master of his craft.
Yeah,
He's not like some sort of B movie actor. He's in he's
great.
in yeah, he plays. I think it's set in the 70s. He plays like he works on Italian giallo movies,
That's
and
right.
he does like sound effects for them.
Nice.
But I don't really. I mean, that's all, I mean, I don't. It does explain in the text below here, like a little bit about what goes on. But I think that's just like a snippet of like how the film plays out because it is a horror movie at the end of the day. But yeah, I think you obviously, JC, you love your giallo movie, so I think you definitely need to check this one out.
For sure.
But like I say, I honestly can't offer that much about it because I don't know that much about it. But yeah, and I do know that it is meant to be for people of like a bit of a more of a thoughtful horror movie. Then this is definitely going to be right up your street.
Like elevated horror.
Yeah, if that's a term.
Well, I don't know why. But,
yeah.
You know what should be on this list? Oculus.
Oculus. Yeah, Oculus is fucking great. I love it. Oculus is great, man. I'd say, and then Flanagan's first film, The Absentia.
Absentia is great too.
Yeah, I fucking love that film, man.
He hasn't done anything bad until like maybe the mid 2010s, and I kind of stopped paying attention to him.
Yeah, well, he did Doctor Sleep, so
yeah, I know. Yeah, he's already on the list once. So I wonder how many times if they're going to stick to like a one per director type thing.
No, I think Oculus will be on the list.
Hopefully, yeah.
Creep number 40. Creep. Yeah, Creep's great. Creep is good.
That should be up higher for me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think
his performance alone is phenomenal. Like every time I watch the movie.
Have you seen Creep 2? Because I've not seen Creep 2. Is it as good or?
Yeah, it's very good. I'd say it's as good, but the first one gets the up for me.
Yeah, I've just never got round to seeing. I mean, I wasn't like with Creep
or Creep 2. You saying?
I've not seen Creep 2. I've seen Creep. I've seen the first one. I just don't. I wasn't sure whether I needed to see the sequel because
it's very good. It's on Netflix, I think. Well, you guys got different Netflix movies and stuff.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure it was going to be more of the same, and like the shock value's gone from.
Yeah, it's very different actually.
Yeah,
it takes a very different route than the first one.
I'll tell you a movie. I expect to see quite high up is Behind the Mask: Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yep. I keep forgetting we had that movie to do a video on it. I love that.
Yeah, that should definitely be up somewhere. 42, we got Ready or Not.
I think I saw it, but
Ready or Not, yeah, Ready or Not. I know Lorne loves Ready or Not. I mean, I always put this movie in with a similar. I always think this reminds me a little bit of what's that movie from the early 2010s with the family having a get together, and then the people with masks turn up and start shooting crossbow.
No, you're next. You're
next. I always lump this movie in with You're Next. I always think it's kind of similar premise.
You're
bunch of rich people in a big house, and shit goes down.
They have.
But
That's my favorite final girl in a movie.
in
Erin
You're
from
Next.
You're Next.
Yeah.
So badass. That whole movie.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I do like. I mean, I like Ready or Not, but I do think that if I was compared to You're Next, and I was think You're Next is just like on the next level to Ready or Not.
There is the guest. The guest was right after You're Next.
Yeah.
Simon Barrett writing, if I recall correctly, The Ring. That should be higher up. That's a great remake.
It is.
That
that's. I thought that'd be good. Whether it's where it is because it is a remake of the Japanese film, and maybe that's what. Because people always love the original. In most cases, people love the original more than a remake, and maybe I think
the remake better.
Maybe that affects it. Just jump back into the chat again.
Love the remake, much better than the original. I mean, it's pretty shot for shot almost, but I mean, it's Naomi Watts. That's enough.
Yeah. Let's just jump into the chat again. Ben says, I dated a girl that loved the others, watched it all the time. It's a favorite movie. Did Big T say I don't see Cabin in the Woods yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, it's not in the list yet, so that's going to be further up.
That should be fairly high up.
Sean says Sinners still wasn't scary to me. Oh, I'm just a pussy then. Ginger says Sinners was a bit creepy, some good jump scares. Oh yeah, a haunted house. yeah. Haunted house is good. It's a funny one. It's like the chewy toothy thing. Yeah, once you've made fun of something, it's hard to take it seriously. Have you answered that, JT?
I still have not seen the Bye Bye Man because of the terrible, terrible, terrible things I've heard about it.
Have I seen the Bye Bye Man? I can't remember if I've seen that or not. I honestly can't remember.
Just by default.
Which one's the Bye Bye Man now? Is that?
It's like some stupid movie. I don't know if anyone want to describe it because I haven't seen it. They
should just have that on the video, on the DVD cover. Some stupid movie. JT's Horror Discussions.
New York accent.
Big T says, you see this rumor going around that Mila Kunis is possibly playing Sue Storm.
She's alive still? I'm kidding. I haven't seen her in a million years.
Sean enjoys Ready or Not. Ready or Not was fun. Nanette hasn't seen Leslie Vernon. Yeah, definitely check that one out, Nanette. Yeah, that's a really, really fun film.
Oh, it's a great film.
The Purge. That'll be in there. That'll be in there, Sean. I don't actually like The Purge that much. I think The Purge Anarchy for me is the best Purge film.
Lana, the whole series.
What's up, Lana? Is Lana?
Oh, thanks, Lana. She's a sub of mine.
Yeah, I think Lana's been in the chat before, but I always forget.
Thank you very much. Bye Bye Man. Watch it. We ain't watching no Bye Bye Man watch along. Unless we want to suffer one night.
Okay, let's go back in. Can you see the list still?
Yeah.
You scrolling down? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 4, we got Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps. I love that. That was actually JT Trivia, the first video I ever did on the channel. Was for Ginger Snaps. Yep. Adore Catherine Isabel and everything. American Mary. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite werewolf movies.
Have they made like 3 sequels to that film? Is it like?
Yeah, they made Ginger Snaps 2, which isn't that bad actually. And then they made like another one after that, or maybe 2. I don't remember. I never watched the other 2. I didn't hear great things about them.
Yeah. Number 39, we've got Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, definitely should be higher. Definitely should be higher.
Yep.
I think this is top 15 for me personally.
It's another one with like the great remakes. You like it better than Dawn, right? The original Dawn.
It's on par. I'd say it's probably 50. I mean, I probably can't pick between the two of them. I just this is probably the first. I'm not gonna say it's the first remake that like was on par with an original, but it's one of the. I mean, it's one of the very first I remember as to thinking, wow, you can remake a movie and like really like
kill it.
yeah. I mean, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 was close
That
to the
definitely-
original.
That's one of my favorite.
That better. Yeah, that should be in this list definitely. And again, and another movie that should definitely be in the list is Hills of Eyes remake.
it's a great
Fucking
remake.
brilliant. Love that film.
Speaking of
That,
remake,
that is a remake I think is better than the original. I think the Hills
Yeah.
of Eyes remake is better than the 77 version.
yeah, I like it better than the original.
Love it.
Hills of Eyes.
Love that film.
You know what? Speaking of remakes, that better be on this list. Maniac with Elijah Wood from 2012.
I'm not sure that will be on the list.
Probably
I've
not. It
I've
should
just got a
be.
feeling it just
They're high up.
if this is 39, I don't know whether it will make it. To be fair,
Where do we go from here?
yeah.
Evil Dead remake should be on here.
So 38, we've got Wolf Creek. Yeah, Wolf Creek's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Really good.
That's
Yeah, so I saw this described. It was on I can't remember. It was like a Twitter feed or a Facebook page, or a website. It was like 20 greatest, like almost like movies set in like the woods.
Yeah.
Like horror movies. I'm like, in what fucking universe is Wolf Creek set in the woods? You can't get more like less in the woods. This is like the outback. This is just like
I know.
you can literally shoot a woman from like 400 meters away. How can you do that in the woods? It's like it's the outback. It's not. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like
I got a clear shot, 360.
yeah. It's as far removed from the woods as you can possibly get. But because it's not in a city, they classed it as like, oh, it's a movie in the woods. I'm like, shut up, man.
Yeah, that's weird.
But great movie.
That's the woods.
Yeah, John Jarratt, who plays what's the guy's name? Mick.
Yeah, no,
Mick.
I'm not going to remember the names from this. And I
Mick.
should because
His real name's John Jarratt. He's called Mick in the movie, but he's just he's so
Remember that.
evil, man. He's so scary. The thing about Aussie movie, it's a bit like, movies set in the States. Like you'll appreciate this. I can't really appreciate it because Britain's just too small. But
Yeah.
Australia's a massive country, and obviously the States is. You can go off the beaten track and be, miles from civilization.
Yeah.
So
Same
if a psycho does decide like he doesn't like you, he
Mhm.
can just do what the fuck he wants of you. It doesn't
The
really work.
Great too. Sequel's pretty good.
Yeah, the sequel's good. Yeah, it is. It's gory
Yeah,
as
I like
well as well. Like,
They had a TV show, right? But I see
I've not seen the TV show.
Pretty sure they do. I never saw it yet.
There is a TV show, but I've just not seen it.
Big T says wrong turn. That's a good call.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be in this list. It might, maybe.
It's a good one though.
Number 37, we have got the auto. I don't like this film whatsoever.
I don't think I've seen it. If I did, I saw it whenever it came out and never.
I don't like it. I don't like. It's got a lot of love, but
oh yeah,
for me, I just don't like this film whatsoever. It just did nothing for me. You got Brian Cox, who's obviously Brian Cox is Brian Cox, incredible actor, but
yeah.
it's just for me, it just didn't work at all. But
if I saw it, anything about it really, and it just erased from my memory.
What film?
Late to Rest should be on here, but I
it
doubt
won't be. There's not a chance in hell.
Yeah, no one checked it out.
No. You know what film will be in this list, which I despise? The Babadook.
You really? Oh yeah, that's right. You don't like the Babadook.
No, I hate it. That'll be top 10. That'll be the top 10.
His son, though, just want to punch him in the face. He's another one of those punchable kid faces that I have a few of in movies. Like the Shining miniseries kid who played Dan, and Bob from Lucio Fulci's House by the Cemetery.
Yeah.
Just punchable faces. I mean, I would never, but punchable faces for sure.
Number 36, we got Wreck, which I have seen.
Great movie.
But I get confused between this, the sequel, the American remake, the American remake sequel. There's just so the late 2000s were just awash with these like it's just like it was just almost too much. I mean, it is a good movie, but it's very claustrophobic and it can be a bit it can get a bit tiresome for me. The whole the whole like sort of like condensing a movie into a small space, and it's just a lot of jerky camera work, and it's just.
I mean, I can see that, and that's a complaint with a lot of people with found footage in general. Is the shaky cam all over the place? So I can see that. And the network wants it. She don't like that.
Yeah, it's like shaky cam, which I understand, but then the real thing with footage movies, which is it's required for the movie, but it's people who they're getting chased down by a like psychopathic zombie, but instead of just dropping the camera or the phone and running as fast as they can, they stay filming like as if you're going to do that. It's like what's more important, my life or this phone?
That's why I like how to do that a good job at addressing that, and don't do that, because that is another complaint with people with found footage. Like, why are you still fucking filming?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just go stay after your ass, like drop it and run.
So stupid. Number 35, we got It from 2017. I like this. I love this. Well, I don't love it. I really, really like this version. Like the sequel, not so much.
I hear that all the time. What is it about the second chapter too that you don't like as much?
It's like the original 1990 miniseries. I like the 58, the kids back in 58.
Okay, I can see that. Like
the innocence. I like the small town setting as well. Yeah. And I find the adult characters slightly annoying as well. But the thing is, though, with this modern interpretation, it's like the film's set in 89 in this adaptation, and I was 13 in 89, and the kids are 13 as well. So it's kind of like I can really relate to it. It's like I was their age. It was the same sorts of interests and all and whatnot. But
I mean, I like
it's just not. It's not. The sequel's just not as scary. It's jump scare after jump scare after jump scare after jump scare.
I can see that.
Bombard you with jump scares over and over again.
Too, but they were pulled off a lot better. I can see why. Like I hear that a lot from people that they love the first one, they don't like chapter 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect anything more than we got, but there still hasn't been a perfect It adaptation. Because what's so great about the book, it's my favorite Stephen King book,
is that when
you're getting to the end, each chapter like starts jumping between the kids and the adults to the point that one chapter will be like three sentences, and then it'll jump to the adult version finishing the same sentence. Like it really gets intense and like melds together at the end of the book, which you can't like recreate really in the movies.
Can you imagine if they were to recreate the book genuinely in a film? You'd have to have are you gonna include Patrick Hockstetter? Patrick Hockstetter, the really fucked up kid.
Oh yeah,
and
that'll never.
You're gonna include the whole what's the name of the girl who basically lets all the lads have sex with her?
Yeah, Beverly.
That's
never getting.
There's no way it's gonna.
No fucking way.
No.
Oh, Hatchet should be on here. Good call, Darren, with Adam Green. I don't know if it would be.
34. We've got Let the Right One In.
The Right One is. It's one of my favorite vampire movies.
Yeah,
absolutely deserves it.
So we're definitely not going to see the American remake then. That's for sure.
No, not even. That's why.
I'm wondering whether The Witch will be that'll be top 5. I think.
Not, but it will.
Number 33, we've got The Orphanage, which I've not seen.
Oh, The Orphanage?
No, I've not seen it.
I don't know if I saw that. Again, I don't remember.
Yeah, everyone raves about it, but it says, I mean, I'm not. Guillermo del Toro, did he direct it, or was he just? It says presents, so.
Oh yeah,
is he not a director?
I have no idea. I don't remember anything about this movie. I can tell you there's an orphanage. That's what
Number 32, we have got Censor. Oh, Censor's, yes. I did like Censor.
not see it.
Yeah,
What's
it
the new
dropped.
one? Like 2
Yeah,
years ago?
it's about, if you remember the whole, during the 80s in Britain, there was a whole, like, they called it, what did they call it now? It was like, they basically, what did they call it now? My mind's gone blank. A lot of the slasher movies from the 80s were kind of like banned in the UK
Oh,
because
the
they
video
thought they
nasties.
were video
Video
nasties. That's the video nasties.
And you're from Britain, where it was.
I know. You know what?
You like
I don't
because
know.
you did watch some of these movies. It's all
It's
right.
the opposite. It's the opposite of Gareth's channel, Video Tasties, Video Nasties.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's a good way to remember it.
Yeah. I don't know where my mind went blank then, but so basically in the early 80s, they just banned a lot of these VHS tapes because they were coming in from America and there was no sort of real censorship like in place at the time. They didn't really know what to do because this was a new medium, VHS tapes. So they were getting inundated with all these movies, and there was very little censorship going on. Obviously, all these right-on do-gooders decided they wanted to just like cancel everything, a bit like 2023. So a lot of these movies were cancelled and like basically banned for a good 15 or so years, and there was an organization called the BBFC who basically were responsible for deciding what went out into the public and what was banned, or what needed to be cut, what didn't need to be cut. And basically the main character plays a role in this organization, and she basically watches endless slasher movies, gore movies, and it's not as good as what I thought it was gonna be. I did like it. The ending is really trippy. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those. It's a bit where you've got to like sort of, I think you read your own interpretation of what's going on. But
yeah, I like one.
It's certainly an experience. It's definitely not your typical horror movie. So number 31, we got The Invitation. I like this one.
I like it. Yeah. It's not. I thought it was pretty good.
Very much reminds me, if you've not seen Who Invited Them, which is on Shudder right now, from last year. It's got a similar vibe to that. It's it's that sort of similar setting. It's like Hollywood Hills, like dinner party, and shit goes south, obviously. So it's very similar to The Invitation. But and I love Logan Marshall Green. I mean, have you seen Upgrade, man? Upgrade's fucking fantastic movie.
Oh, Upgrade, Leigh Whannell's directorial debut?
Yeah,
that's a great movie. I was fine. I was waiting for him for a while. Well, no, that was his directorial debut, right? Yeah, because Insidious 3 came after that. Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Logan Marshall Green is just Tom Hardy, isn't he? It's just Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I can see it.
So there's the first 40 one out the way. Let's go back into the chat. What people been saying? Ben says the sister from Ginger Snaps played Bev in the OG. It's weird because it feels like they came out decades apart. And says I love the movie, Let the Right One In. Sean says The Witch and Midsommar on this list, or I'm done. Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be Ari Aster's going to be well represented with Hereditary and Midsommar, definitely.
I feel like if not Midsommar, then Hereditary 100% will be on here. Midsommar, I don't know if they're trying to keep it to like one per director, but haven't we got one with like two directors that directed the same two? I don't remember. They do that on a lot of these lists.
Yeah, but I think this is voted for by the public, so it's just could be anything. Anything's possible. Yeah. Dan says it's probably going to be a ton of remakes from here. Professor Macabro, I like Rec 3. Maybe it's because of the female lead. Maybe because it reminds me of Evil Dead for some reason, but I dug it.
That's fair.
I don't want to see Rec.
He doesn't like found footage.
Oh, okay. Rec 2 is awesome. Oh, the Babadook was filmed just down the road from me. Well, do us a favor, Ginger. If you see the little kid who's in the movie, who's probably about
Punch
20
him in
now,
the face.
just punch him in the fucking face, man. Because
Not
he's
hard, just enough to like fix.
he'd be a grown man now. Says okay, just punch him hard. Who
Oh,
cares?
that's right. Yeah, that's true. You can punch him in the face now and not feel bad about it.
Dan says hopefully Severance will be on the list. I don't think it will be, but Severance is a fantastic film. I know what film will be on the list, which is it could be right near the top. Is The Descent. The Descent.
Oh yeah, The Descent will be on
way
here.
up there.
Great movie. I did videos on both of them.
Ginger says I met John Jack at a local pub years ago.
Sweet.
I'd like to think it was like an outback pub just in the middle of nowhere, and he just went off to kill some innocent teenager. Oh, Eden Lake, yeah, Eden Lake is fantastic. If GT, if you're not, have you seen it? Yeah, Eden Lake is
a good one for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
on the other.
I think pretty much caught up with the chat now. We got Anthony in the chat. What's up, Anthony? First horror from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
but there's definitely a lot of these are great movies.
So let's just jump back into things now. So number 30, we have got Saint Maud, which I still haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
Nah, I know Lorne will kill me for this because he's raves about the film, but yeah, I just never got round to watching it. I don't know if I don't know if it's my thing really. I don't know.
I don't know anything about it, so maybe
it's religious. It's like a religious horror movie.
That's true. Yeah, you don't like that stuff. I don't really love that type of movies either. But says it's amazing.
Number 2, Oculus is there. Number 29. Yeah.
I love this movie so much.
Yeah. It was
even though there's plot holes. Like there's a million ways to destroy that mirror if you're like outside of its radius.
I was thinking that
down the block.
I was thinking this is just like what, but it's still enjoyable. You know, it's just the way it plays out, and you're thinking this is going to work. This is finally going to work. But obviously, you know.
And what I love that scene in that the first time I saw it, that got me a little bit when she grabs the light bulb, thinking it's the apple, but then it's not that. It's not. Imagine like biting down on a light bulb and you like all that.
That's the sort of thing that goes through me more than like beheadings or
we
chopped off and shit like that.
That and fingernails, that gets me too.
Oh yeah, fingers getting cut off as well.
Like Texas Chainsaw Remake 03 when they're bringing the guy downstairs and he's trying to hold on and his fingernails. That shit gets me time. I don't like that.
Number 28, we have got. Oh, it's The Conjuring. I thought this would be higher. I'll be fair. I thought this would be.
What number are we on?
28. 28.
I think it's fine at that. But I like the second one better, honestly.
So is Insidious going to be higher than The Conjuring? Because
maybe
I've always seen The Conjuring as like a slightly. I've always preferred The Conjuring franchise to the Insidious franchise, but.
Oh yeah, me too.
But I love the original Conjuring movie. I actually prefer this. To a lot of people prefer 2 to 1, and I've always stated my opinions for why I think 1 is scarier because
it's more.
2 is it's rural. 2 is set in London, which is as far from rural as you can get. So how do you really create that feeling of terror when it's just a house in a street surrounded by other streets? You know, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work for me. But yeah, I thought that'd be
long videos on the 2 Conjurings. I went hard on the Warrens too, and the pair on the
They're completely trustworthy individuals. I don't know what you're talking about.
Went a little hard. Hey Peggy, hey Jamie.
Jamie's in the chat. What's up, Jamie?
Yes, and Peggy.
I'm Peggy. Peggy, I've never seen you. Oh, nice to see you, Peggy. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe because if you're subscribed to JT is kind of like my, you know, it's like my shadow on this channel. So you know, wherever I am, he'll be there. Number 27 got Relic, which I have not seen. another movie that I know Lauren loves, and I haven't watched.
I don't remember much about it. I know I've
Yeah,
seen it.
and
Is it
Peggy's just subscribed to the channel.
No, it's not Ty West. That's the Sacrament. That's right. Ty West should be on here. The Innkeepers, The House of the Devil.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see the Innkeepers. I think we might see House of the Devil,
Yeah.
but we won't see Innkeepers. I very much doubt we'll see the Innkeepers. Is just not a well-known enough movie, really.
Yeah,
If this is the public voting,
yeah.
I just don't think it's a well-known enough movie.
Should
I like
be well
Innkeepers.
known now with X and Pearl being so successful
Yeah.
and brilliant.
Number 26, we have got Saw. It's low. That's a
I
low.
don't even think of, and I'm covering the series, and I didn't even think of Saw. Yeah, it's cool. I wouldn't put the first one on like higher. I put like 6 or 4 higher up.
What, 6?
I love 6.
I've not seen 6. I don't know why I'm questioning it, because I've not seen anything after 3. But when you say Saw 6, I'm like, what? So is this a bit like the Friday the 13th franchise, where people just favorites are just like random numbers?
Not really. It's pretty much what you just said. I know a lot of people stopped after the 3rd one, which I don't know why. And so the traps aren't even what I like the most about it. I just love the story. It's got a really solid story with very great attention to detail and continuity, which is a big thing for me. And I love Detective Hoffman, who's like the second like antagonist after Jigsaw dies. Some people do not care for him, but I thought the first one's a classic, so I can see it on here.
I thought you might have said Saw, because I know a lot of people like Saw 2.
Yeah. Saw 2 used to be my favorite years and years ago. And yeah, Peggy, I know you like the first one the best.
Number 20. Oh, Kill List 25. If you've not seen Kill List,
Kill List, check out. It has the same. It has that awesome fucking scene with the woods and stuff, and they're all burning. Yeah, burning torches and shit.
If you've not seen Bull, watch Bull. It came out last year. It's called Bull. It's Neil Maskell, the main guy in Kill List.
I didn't see it.
Oh my god! It's very similar. Brutal violence. I mean, it just doesn't hold back with the violence. It really doesn't. And a bit. I mean, the hammer to the head scene in this film.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Fucking hell, man! It's just like us Brits don't hold back with our fucking violence, man.
Yeah. It reminded me actually when I first saw that of Gaspar Noé's Irreversible with the fire just smashing into his face. That is a brutal scene.
I love the scene in this. I love the scene in this movie as well, where they're just eating a meal in like a hotel.
Yeah,
there's like these Bible bashers playing the guitar with like "Onward, Christian Soldiers," and he's like, I've had enough of this. He just goes over. He just basically says, "If you don't shut the fuck up, this guitar's going to go."
Snapped over.
Yeah,
that's what I
goes. And he goes, "Because Jimi Hendrix, you fucking ain't."
It's great. I got to do a video on Kill List.
That reminds me. If Kill List's on the list, I hope to see Dead Man's Shoes. If Dead Man's Shoes isn't on this list, Dead Man's Shoes has got to be on this list. I will be pissed if Dead Man's Shoes isn't top 10.
I think it's going to be on the list.
24, The Devil's Backbone. I have not seen this film.
I haven't seen it either.
Like I say, it's Guillermo. I'm just not a big fan
of it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is that puts me off about some of these. Like it's Spanish, right?
I
think it's Spanish. It's Spanish, yeah, and it's like it just doesn't appeal to me. I'm sorry. I'm the opposite of a horror snob. I'm just like, if it looks like it's a bit too arty for me, I'm just like, I'm not interested.
Is that why Skinamarink you didn't love to death?
That's not arty. That's just I don't know what that is. That movie is.
Oh, it's getting a sequel. Like,
oh my god! Well, what's the sequel going to be?
I don't know. Shots of plants outside while something happens. I don't know. Cries of wolves in the background, very low. Turtles talking to each other. I have no idea. You can do anything for a sequel for that mess.
If it feels like I could have made the movie, I feel like it's not a good movie because I can't make a movie for shit. So if I feel like I could have done it, in
Yeah,
my
but-
house and just had a few kids running around going, "Daddy, where are you?" For like 10 seconds, and
It's
then
great if it was just 30 minutes and then the dad just says, "I'm in fucking bed, kid, go to sleep." And then that's just the credits.
Stop making your home
would've
video, you annoying little shits. Um, number 23, we got Martyrs. It's like,
Oh,
so
Martyrs.
I've
It's great.
seen, I've actually sat through the whole film because I'm not like a big torture porn fan. If you
I'll
can even
stop
call it torture porn, but
I hate torture porn, that fucking phrase.
yeah, okay, I apologize. Whatever you call it, it's
It's
I'm
a
not.
French extremity movement film. When all those
I like,
extreme horror movies came out
yeah,
of France.
I liked High Tension,
I love High Tension, except for the
but
twist.
this for me, it was just like I just, yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't for me.
It's definitely a disturbing movie for sure, but a great one. The American remake, nowhere near so much.
Yeah, because that was like a PG-13 or something, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but it was terrible. I don't even think I sat through the whole thing. I was like, no, this sucks. Like, I'd rather just watch Martyrs.
Number 22, this film is fucking dog shit, man.
I've never seen it.
No, it's a Netflix original. It's a UK movie. It's not. I watched it with high hopes. It's not good. I don't know why this is so high. I just don't understand. Yeah, it's
fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
This list is turning on
us. 21. Oh, it follows 21. My God. Should be top 10. Should be top 10.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
That makes me think The Guest isn't even in the top 50.
There's no chance it's on this list, which is a fucking crime. The Guest is probably one of my favorite films of the 2010s.
I mean, It Follows has got issues with some of the plot points. Some of it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't matter really.
But it doesn't matter. It
doesn't establish rules for the demon, so like it doesn't matter what it does because there's no rules for it to follow, except for it follows. You know?
It's just the atmosphere, the music.
Oh yeah, it's very
the ambiguity of like what year it's meant to be. Nobody really seems to know.
Yeah, I like that a lot of it.
I love all that. Michael Monroe's just a fucking.
Oh, Michael Monroe.
She's like she's just like what a scream queen she is, you know.
Yep, I love her. Great actor.
It
feels like Halloween. It has Carpenter's Halloween feels to it. It follows. Like it really is a little around the atmosphere of it for me, and I've heard others say that too.
Okay, let's go back into the chat before we go into the top 20. I don't know where I'm up to though. Usually at like a markup where the last. The net says, "Has anybody seen Antichrist?" I've not. I know it's meant to be pretty out there in terms of like. Ben says, "Witcher, Midsommar, great movies." Okay, I think I've read some of these comments.
I think you were right around like The Conjuring.
Yeah, and you probably thought the world. I don't understand why people don't want to see that movie. Antichrist is messed up. It kind of is. Oh, Darren, Them. Yeah, that is a fantastic film. I don't think it's going to be in this list. It's basically the original version of The Strangers. Way better than The Strangers. Way better. That is a genuinely scary movie.
I never
genuinely
craziness over The Strangers.
It's genuinely scary. Them really, really is so effective. And I've discussed this a few times on a few other streams, but the ending of the movie is just so nonchalant. The way the killers are so non-killers. I've already spoiled it slightly, but so nonchalant. It's just so matter of fact. It's really that's what makes the film like gives it that extra edge of just like
that's what The Strangers kind of took from it.
Yeah. So
I did the same thing. So because you're at home.
Yeah, exactly. No logic, no rhyme or reason. Just Sean says he raved about Satan World Before Dawn. Satan World is so good, says Darren. There's a lot of love for Satan World. I'm definitely gonna have to get around to watching that movie. I think.
You gotta check it out then.
Both makes me third Mike Flanagan movie.
That's right.
Conjuring would be top 10 for me.
And I never saw that one. That's weird.
One is my favorite. I'm with you, Mike. Yeah. Peggy loves The Conjuring. Jamie, what's up, Jamie? Nice to see you on board tonight. Cliff's in the chat as well. What's up, Cliff?
Hey, Cliff.
Yeah, love how. Yeah, Nanette loves House of the Devil.
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of House of the Devil. I do like it.
It could be very slow for some.
I like the sort of like the atmosphere. I like the way it genuinely looks like it's set in the 80s as well.
70s.
No, it's 80s.
Is it 80s?
Yeah, because she's got a Walkman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm thinking of.
I think it's meant to be about 83.
Yeah.
But it just genuinely does look like it's set in the early 80s as well.
Maybe I thought 70s. Feels like it's in the 70s a bit. Like the way a lot of Ty West stuff feels like it's like 70s feel to it, like a 70s.
The way the color palette feels very 70s. Yeah. It's got that like washed out look about it, but it is. I'm sure it's meant to be like 80. And she's definitely got a Walkman, and I know that was like a. I mean, I'm sure it's 83. I don't quote me on that, but I think it's around. It's meant to be around 83. Okay. But
right about the 80s. I just don't know the year. Yes, that's why you're awesome, Jamie.
Neil Maskell's, Utopia, man. Shout out to Ginger there. Utopia, like a UK TV show from about 10 years ago. Nobody remembers this TV show. Really, really good. Really good. But Neil Maskell from Kill List was the main character in that. And he just knocks it out the park every time. Everything he's in, he's just a psychopath in everything he's in. Jamie didn't like Spiral.
Yeah, me neither. That was the only one in the series.
Sean says Devil's Backbone is amazing. Jamie loves Devil's Backbone. Great movie, says Peggy. We've got Parzival from Germany. He's in Germany, so we have got genuinely a worldwide audience tonight, JT. From Australia to Germany to Ireland to the US.
Yes.
We just need somebody from Canada to jump in now. Where's Alexi?
From Asia.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get him from Asia for jumping on the stream. I don't think I've ever seen anybody from Africa either, or South America. That would be nice. Somebody from South America, but. So let's just jump into the top 20 now. Let's get into the business end of the list now.
Jamie, you hate it.
We've got Lake Mungo.
Oh, I was wondering if they'd have this on here. I love Lake Mungo.
I only watched it about a year ago. Totally enjoyed it.
Feels like an actual documentary. Like they did a great job of that. It really feels real at times. Like if you just had that on and someone walked in and sat down and started watching it. Yeah,
it does just feel like one of those news documentaries that they put on, or like on a news channel, like on CNN or Sky News, or whatever's in your country. It feels like one of those like half an hour, or hour, news documentaries.
Oh yeah, great movie.
39. We've got The Wailing. I have not seen The Wailing.
No, I don't think I did.
I kind of was really big into Korean horror in the early to mid noughties, and then kind of dropped out of it.
I never got big into it.
I've seen Train to Busan, but this one I think came out around the same time, and I just never got around to watching it. But I definitely need to check this one out.
A good call with Darren with Rob Zombie. There should be a House of a Thousand Corpses or Red Devil's Reject. I doubt it though.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a Rob Zombie movie in this list.
No. Be surprised.
Number 8, even got Midsommar. I think should be higher. I love this film.
You like it more than Hereditary, don't you?
Yeah, I think I like this more than Hereditary. To be fair,
I like Hereditary better, but by a small margin, they're both excellent.
Yeah. I genuinely think that to make a film which has a sense of dread when it's almost entirely set in broad daylight as well.
Oh, I like that too.
It takes some skill to do because it gives it it actually makes it more disturbing. Like the fact that it's always set entirely in blue sunshine. Just
Right.
it
It's
just
because everyone's so used to horror movies always being in
Yeah.
the dark, always being at nighttime. So it's definitely good when they pull it off, when someone pulls off a movie all in daylight like that.
And, yeah, Florence Pugh's gone on to like do so much now. She's just like everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean Midsommar was one of the launching pad.
Number 17, we have got Session 9. Now, this is a takes me back.
Section 9 is a great movie.
Yeah, that's kind of really that's gained appreciation over the years because when this movie dropped, this was in I don't know about America, but in the UK, this never got a cinema release that I remember. This went straight to VHS or DVD.
Yeah, I don't remember if it released. It probably did, but I'm not sure. 100%.
Yeah, I don't remember this getting a cinema release.
I just love places that are like set in abandoned places, like abandoned hospitals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's why
David Caruso as well.
It's like my second favorite found footage movie. I love Grave Encounters. Speaking of Grave Encounters, that shit should be on this list at least.
That's not going to be on this list.
It ain't going to be this high up.
It's not going to be on this list. Come on.
No, it's not going to be.
Yeah, Session 9. Yeah, definitely a cult. If
Jamie
yeah, definitely was a cult movie. Number 16, we have got Audition. I thought that was 99.
No,
I didn't know that. I thought that was 1999. I didn't know that was.
It could have been 99 in.
Possibly. It probably got a Western release in 2000, but
that's what I always put. Don't Go in the House from 1979. Like some places 79, some places put 80s. So I included in my favorite 80s slashers, but it could have been 79, like probably released there in 79.
Yeah, Audition definitely dropped at the right time to get that exposure because The Ring had come out a couple of years before.
I wouldn't put it that high, honestly.
I wouldn't.
Last half hour, basically. The first bit hour of it is like a fucking romance comedy. Like,
it's only when you get to the phone call and the body in the bag.
And then to the end, that's where people remember the most. Which for the damn reason.
What does she say? She's like
something like that. I would have been like, get your PPS away from me.
Number 15, The Invisible Man. I did not expect to see.
I never saw it and didn't really care to.
I like The Invisible Man. I don't think it's supposed to be. I don't know whether this is a case of with a lot of with readers lists where the readers voted for it. Newer movies tend to stick in the head. So if they've just come out of a movie recently and they've really enjoyed it, they'll go vote for it because this is obviously a very modern film. This came out. This movie. Just avoided COVID. If you remember, this film came out just before lockdown.
Yep.
If lockdown had dropped, if lockdown had come into place a couple of months earlier, this film would have just been completely forgotten about. Literally, this would have just been dumped on a streaming platform. I actually like this film. I think this, and by the way, that scene with the hand on the shower, not in the movie. Not in the movie. Not that I remember. I don't remember seeing that in the movie. I'm sure that was in the trailer.
Yeah,
it was. I'm almost certain that handprint's not in the movie. But I actually liked the film. I think I had a really good time with it.
I'll check it out. You love Elizabeth Moss.
But it doesn't deserve to be number 15 though.
No.
Number 14, The Grudge. Now, The Grudge is a genuinely genuinely creepy movie, I think.
And the ghost is so effective. The little boy ghost.
Even the American remake with Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think.
The remake's decent too.
But would I put a 14? No. Would I put it
no, I wouldn't
put it high? If I made it top 40, but I wouldn't put it number 14.
There's like 20 films on this list in the past that I'd put in like much higher than all of these.
I'm just wondering whether is the Ring remake being on this list? It was on earlier on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I just because I know the Japanese version is 90s, so that won't be in this list. But
I think it's interesting that they put the American remake of The Ring and the original Grudge from Japan.
So number 8. Oh, here's the Babadook now. Yeah.
You're showing.
Hate that fucking kid.
Convicted.
Hate him so much. Hate this film.
I know you don't. I like it pretty well. If that don't make sense. But I like the fucking movie. Is what I'm saying. It's a good movie. I could see people's disenjoyment with it, but I like.
If you've got, I would say, if you've got like, if you've got young kids and you've had a bad day, and they've been stressing you out, and you've got them to bed, and they're asleep, and you want to put a film on to relax you, do not put this film on. It's just that this film will not relax you at all. It'd be like, oh my god, I've just had like 12 hours of screaming kids, and then I get them to sleep, and I put this film on, and I've got another screaming fucking kid for 90 minutes. So it's like,
my daughter was always good with that. Like when she was younger, she never really cried or screamed or anything like that.
Oh, my kid did.
Most of them do. You get lucky, I guess.
Number 12, we've got Host. Shouldn't be this high up, but really like Host. It's very good, very good. Way better than that fucking dash cam fucking film. God almighty.
No, I didn't like it at all.
That was horrible. And it's the same director as well.
Thing from last year, Deadstream. That was kind of like that. A great version of what Dash Cam tried to do.
I didn't like Deadstream whatsoever.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Deadstream's awesome. It's like I made my top 5 list of the year.
I couldn't be dealing with the main character, the YouTuber.
That's the issue I could see people having. That's why I didn't care for Dash Cam, because I couldn't stand the name.
But this Host is just fantastic, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's like 50 minutes long, 55 minutes long. It's barely a movie, but it does it so well. I mean, I love Unfriended as well, which I know is not a common.
I was just going to bring that up and say, I wonder if that'll be on.
I know that's not a popular opinion of a lot of people. A lot of people don't like Unfriended. I think Unfriended is one of the best, like, found footage movies of the last 20 years. But
even the second one is decent.
It's decent. Yeah. But this is the closest thing to Unfriended I think that I've seen, and I love this style.
Dan ain't gonna be on here. Yeah, I love the deck.
I'm really glad the Host has made it this high up, to be fair. But although I wouldn't say it should be
I don't think
this high, but I'm glad it's made it into the list anyway. Just a bit of acknowledgement.
I don't think it should be 20 though, but yeah, as long as it made it, it definitely deserves to be on here.
Number 11, another movie I've not seen, Raw. I know it's a French movie.
I still haven't seen it either.
No, I know it's like
there's a lot of 2000s and on movies that I just never got around to seeing.
Yeah. I know it's one of those. It's a bit like a cannibalistic type movie where it's like gets a taste of human flesh.
It's like meat or something, and then like after that.
Yeah, it wasn't really something that never really something that really appealed to me.
It reminds me of Rabid by Cronenberg.
Yeah,
kind of.
But not for me. I'll get around to it eventually. Obviously, I want to see all these movies which feature like these lists, but it's like I know it's meant to be a pop. I mean, it's like, again, a movie I saw not long ago, which a lot of people, it always pops up in these lists. The Loved Ones, an Australian film.
Good one. That's a great movie.
Which I wasn't that.
Except the song that she sings or that she plays is gonna drive you nuts if it gets in your head, which it will. But that's a great one.
But before we get into the top 10, let's jump back into the chat. We've got Jamie says, I hate it follows, different strokes for different folks. Parzival says, I'm so drunk tonight, I'll shave my kids smooth foam and raise if a woman comes in and smokes with me.
Send you a
link, please, and I'll shave. Maybe next time, Parzival. Next time we stream, we'll put a link out. I've never seen Pan's Labyrinth, says Nanette.
This is a very
so let's just watch it.
Like most.
Very like Alice in Wonderland. Darren says, how many Rob Zombie films in top 20? None.
None. How high up we are at the top 10. I'd be very surprised. I'm very, very surprised.
No, there's not going to be any. There's Devil's Rejects would have the
If
best
anything,
chance, really.
Reject down. It's not going in the top 10. I like House better, but I know Devil's Reject. I think is his best film. I have a lot of nostalgia from House. The first 3 times watching it, I was tripping balls in college with like a group of us. We watched it 3 times tripping. We had no idea what the fuck that movie was about. We were just like, this is fucked up shit. And then we finally watched it normal. And we're like, oh, all right. And it just has fond memories for me.
Jamie says, but yes, GT, I was bored to tears when Rolling Meadows on my skull. If that was enough for me. Maybe House of Thousand Corpses or possibly Devil's Rejects, says Big T. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's Hereditary's going to be top 5. I would think.
Sure. And Get Out.
Get Out. Yep. And is Us going to be in there as well? Really? Not Us. Yeah, Us. Yeah, Us. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like Us, but if that and Get Out are in the top 10, I'd be like, what really? Cecil is so underrated.
It really is. Has such a great ending too.
I can't watch Audition. Devil's Rejects should be. Jeepers Creepers. That is a good point, actually, Darren. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be in there, but I think it should be. Whether Victor Salva's.
Yeah, that comes up in chat. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I was reading it earlier.
Yeah, I think that may go against the film Victor Salva being a pedo.
Terrible. The last 2 movies were.
Absolutely. Jeepers Creepers is a top 10 movie for me of the 21st century.
Yeah,
I love Jeepers Creepers.
Want to ruin it. That's like the few rant videos on my channel. Jeepers Creepers 3 and Reborn. 3 probably more.
I've just seen it again. Uncomfortable for me to watch. Yeah, that's probably why it's not going to be. Babadook my secret number 1.
I can see that, Jamie. It's not for everyone, for sure.
I'm seeing your.
It's like I said at the beginning. There's so from the 2010s onward. There's so many I haven't seen. It's hard to go like every year and keep up with all the new films. Plus, watch older ones you haven't seen. Plus, like go back to favorites of yours and stuff. There's a lot of shit to watch.
Okay, let's jump into the top 10 then.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the top 10.
That's okay. Before we jump in, what do we expect to see in there? Okay, I'm going to name.
Get Out for sure.
We know Hereditary is going to be in there. 28 Days Later.
Yeah, I could see it. And I was never a big fan of the 28 Days.
The Descent.
Yeah, The Descent will be on there.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods will definitely be on there.
Possibly House of the Devil, but I doubt it.
Will be on it, I'm sure, for some reason.
Get Out. Definitely Get Out.
Yeah, for sure.
The Witch. The Witch, definitely.
For some reason.
I think there's going to be a few which are going to be surprised aren't in it, because...
Oh, if people are smart, the Suspiria remake, but I doubt it. And like I said, the Maniac remake is one of the most greatest remakes of all time, and that's not going to be on here.
Hereditary is only number 10. I thought that would be top 5.
Yeah, actually, for 10, that's much lower than I thought. Yeah. I thought top 3 maybe. Yeah, it is overrated at this point, but it is a phenomenal film. I mean,
I do prefer Midsommar, but I do like this film. I'm not taking anything away from it. I just prefer Midsommar, but I can totally get why it's top 10 though.
I love Shadows Blair Witch 2 over the first one.
Yeah, that's definitely not an. Oh, yeah, Blair Witch is 99, so that won't be in this list. Book of Shadows, just Book of Shadows is not going to be in this list.
Yeah, I'm like one of 20 on the planet, I feel, who love that movie.
Lauren likes it.
Yeah, I know Lauren does. Yeah.
Now we got The Witch.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't like The Witch. I think it's pretentious.
I never liked it.
Pretentious, artsy nonsense. Don't like it.
I feel like language. Loves it. He's going to unsubscribe from you. And
I don't like it. I don't like films set in like the fucking 17th century. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One of says like the new Predator movie, Prey.
Yeah.
like set in like the bloody whatever it was. I can't be dealing with that. Sorry,
I tried, and I gave it like 3 tries, like 3 watches. I just couldn't fucking get into it. It's just boring as shit. And I love slow burn.
Did anybody see this? Did anybody see this as a top 10 movie?
Absolutely, and it's fucking fantastic. And it's
I do like
teen horror movies.
I like it. I totally forgot about it though.
Sam Raimi. That was his return to horror. Spider-Man and everything. That deserves to be there.
It just occurred to me Evil Dead remake might be in the top 10.
Maybe. I don't know. Should be. It's another phenomenal remake.
Yeah, I like this film, but I did not see this as a top 10 movie.
I wouldn't have expected it either, and that's why I totally forgot about it. But it's phenomenal. I love anything with Raimi. I love. But I did a video on that too. I'm directing now. I fucking love that movie.
Oh, no, number 7 is. Oh God.
Oh, God, fuck that. I figured it'd be there. Just move on. That shit's what ruined mainstream horror for like 5 years.
Yeah, I did not see that.
No, I mean I saw it, but The Descent.
Yeah,
that definitely deserves to be there. I love it. The Descent is atmospheric and claustrophobic and scary without the monsters. Like, they didn't even have to put that shit in. And then it's just a bonus. Like, it's just being in a cave like that with no way out. Oh, that's got to be the worst shit ever. That's terrible.
You've got one of the best jump scares of all time as well.
Oh, yeah. The whole movie is amazing. The second one's decent. But
I can never work out. Is it set in America, but it's a British film?
We had this exact conversation, I'm pretty sure. And we couldn't figure it out. If it was set in America
it's a British movie.
Yeah.
British money, but it feels like it is an American movie.
Exactly. That's why we couldn't figure it out last time.
Number 5, got Train to Busan.
Ginger knows it's set in America.
Okay. So
we could have used it on that other stream when we figure it out. Train to Busan. It's a good movie. I mean, I feel like it's overhyped. I don't think it's 10.
Yeah, 2016 again. That's probably why I never got around to watching The Wailing, because that was the same year.
It's got a like an animated sequel, a prequel or something, right?
Isn't it a TV show?
Something. I know there's some other project related to it afterwards.
I'm sure there's like a TV show.
I love what they did with the zombies, though. Like, they are original zombies.
Yeah. So we've got what we've got left now. We've got definitely 28 Days Later is going to be in there, I would say. Get Out, definitely.
Get Out, yep.
I just think Get Out's going to be number 1.
Yeah, for some reason I feel the same. I mean, I love Get Out. Don't get me wrong, but number 1. No, I don't think so.
Number 4, A Quiet Place. No, it's not that good.
Way I would put that in the top 20, 30, 40.
It's not that good.
It's all right.
It's a decent movie. It's not great. I prefer Bird Box. I think Bird Box is a better movie than this.
I never watched Bird Box. I gotta still see that.
I mean, it's a decent movie, but it's not.
Quiet Place is my insane idea to do with our discussion without speaking. That's like the best amount of it for me.
It's just not.
Evil Dead remake, hopefully, yeah, Sean.
Of course, The Mist.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, definitely deserves to be top 10.
What a dream ending! I love it.
Yeah,
I
definitely
love the top 10. The ending in the novella, much better in the movie. And Frank Darabont was fucking awesome.
So what's the ending in the book then, or the novella?
You just hear like on the radio, if I remember, it's been years. Like, you just hear like on the radio, the characters hear like that there might be hope out there, or like something like that, something stupid. This is so much better.
More of an upbeat ending then.
Yeah, like a hopeful ending or so. This is just dreadful. Imagine shooting your kid, and those 2 people that they're with, and then just getting out the car and safety's coming, rescue's here. Oh, dude. And he kills it with his performance at the end there. I mean, the whole movie's good. But
hate those little. The scariest thing for me is not like the big giant fucking. It's like the little flying things that get into the shop.
Yeah.
And it bite. It attacks someone. It's just that'd be horrible.
It's a great movie. I totally forgot about it. Again, would it be top? What number we at? 3?
So
I
yes, we
can't
got Get. So we know Get Out's going to be in there. That's
remember.
definitely going to be in there.
Such a good movie.
I think 28 Days Later is going to be number 2.
I don't think 28 Days is going to be on this list.
It is.
Yeah. So I the British building tops. I said, "Yep, it is." I would never put that on. It wouldn't even make my list. But
well, I actually prefer the sequel.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I think that's a better film. This to me is not. It's funny that the screenshot there. He's walking through London, and it looks like it's raining. It's wet, and in the movie, I'm sure it's sunny. So I don't know if that's just obviously just a publicity shot, but in the movie, it's not. I'm sure it's like dry and it's hot. So I don't know what that. But yeah, I knew this. I knew this would be high up, but
and you know, Get Out will be up number 1.
You know what? It just
That
Get
movie
Out
is overrated, and I said already, I love it. I think it's a fantastic movie. I like Us better a little bit, except for how stupid the explanation is for the tethers, which I tore that shit apart. Yeah, exactly. Get Out. No,
it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it's constantly placing it at the top of lists is more of it's political than a genuine like.
Yeah, I would not put it in a top 10 even.
No,
it's maybe like not even top 20 for me.
Like I say, I prefer Us.
Yeah, I prefer Us.
It may not be as it may be a bit more chaotic, but more of a clusterfuck. The ending doesn't make much sense.
No.
But I just think it's a more enjoyable film. Well, I do like Get Out. Don't get me wrong, I do like
it. Has some of the greatest like symbolism and metaphor stuff in a movie, and it's so fucking long in Us. Like he with just the 11 everywhere and stuff, and like and even the Twin Towers on TV looks like an 11. Like he all over the place. He just has just links and references like everything. Like it's fantastically done until you get to the ending and the whole fucking explanation for the tethers.
I'll say that was Empire's top 50 horror movies of the 21st century. So, what would you guys have placed at number 1? Let me know in the chat. Sean is happy. Have ever seen made number 10?
Couldn't even think of number 1.
It's difficult for me. I mean, I'd probably just maybe. I'd like to see It Follows high.
Yeah, I would have probably.
And I definitely would have had The Guest in the top 10.
Been on there 100%. The Guest would have been on the top 10 for me. The Empty Man would be in the top 10. I don't know. That's hard to fucking think of right here and there. The Evil Dead, the Maniac remake for sure. That would be in the top 10. Which ending? The one where it's not the stupid American ending.
The one I've seen is the very downbeat ending.
Yeah, when she wakes up back in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was that was the only ending, but
no, there's 2. There's an American one.
Okay.
It's stupid. It's like ends on a jump scare. I'd be pissed, Jamie, if I spent money on Paranormal Activity at the theater. I would never see it in a theater, first of all.
Nanette's never seen it, but she hates it anyway. No Evil Dead remake, and that's a surprise.
And Texas Chainsaw remake. Maybe they didn't want to go down. No, but you said people voted on this shit. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe they didn't want to go down too many remakes, like go down that road, but I don't know. Because that's one of my slasher franchises, like the big ones, Chucky and all the Michael, Jason, all that stuff. By far, Texas Chainsaw 3 is the best remake out of all their remakes.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. Yeah, I think he's right. Jordan Peele's movie is overhyped because it's Jordan Peele. I mean, Nope was overhyped. Nope was overrated. Nope wasn't great.
No. That's matter for 2 hours somehow.
I am going to rewatch Nope because I think I go back to it and I think I will find more to like about it than the first time. But
yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I watched it the first time and I like kind of got sleepy near like the last half hour. And then I was like, I can't give my final thoughts on it, make a video. And then I finally did like 2 months ago and spent way too much time talking about how it's just decent. So
yeah.
nothing great.
But anyway, I think we'll wrap things up now because it's nearly 1:20 UK time. We've actually managed to whiz through this quite quickly tonight. I thought we were going to be here for. I guess we weren't really, with it being like a movie, for the 21st century, we weren't probably quite as vocal about it as what we would have been. It had been like an 80s list where we've probably got maybe a bit more to say about opinions regarding 80s and 90s movies. I'm a bit more like passe about the 21st century, where I don't really give as much of a shit. But so yeah, I'm going to wrap things up now.
That's what we got to find. We got to find the top 50 like slasher movies.
I know, yeah, a definitive one. Like I haven't really found one online because I don't really think people. There is obviously endless slasher movies out there, but it's like nobody's really taking the time to really do a proper.
Most of them, you're right.
So before we go, let's obviously discuss you're doing a live stream on Sunday.
Yes, I am doing a live stream on Sunday basically it's all for you guys, everybody who has ever supported the channel and my friends' channel, and for hitting 400 subs. So yeah, everybody is welcome. It's at noon Eastern Standard Time, and come by. And I think I'm starting the Final Destination franchise like tonight. Like it's soon, pretty much almost after I get off this. And yeah, we can.
On also Sunday night,
yes,
we're going to be back with Dave from Savage Zombie Reviews and Alexi. We're going to be counting down our top 10 favorite horror movies from the 1990s. That's going to be a long one. And I am off work Monday, so I don't have to be constrained by getting to bed early. So that could be like a 3-hour. That could be a 3-hour epic. That's
easily talking about the 90s for sure. It can be just a half hour of me talking about Scream and how much I just like it.
So yeah, so that'll be round about 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. UK time, 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check that one out. But for now,
if you haven't seen the 80s list we did, definitely check that one out. That was fun as hell.
Yeah, pushes over the 500 views for that one. If you have not seen that, because that's the most successful, apart from a Jeepers Creepers watch along, which has got 15,000 views.
Yeah,
this is the most successful video on the channel. So yeah, nearly 500 views for that one. So definitely check that out if you've not watched it.
41,000, 42,000 views on Cannibal Holocaust. Fucking insane.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps things up for tonight, guys. So yeah, definitely check out JT's stream on Sunday afternoon, and then be back on this channel Sunday evening for the 90s horror countdown. But that's it for tonight, guys. So everyone who jumped on board, thank you so much. Hit the like button as well before you leave. Makes a big difference.
And if you're not subscribed to Mike, please subscribe to him, which I think most are, but you never know.
If you're not, please do.
Plus on the replay, and people see, then they'll hear, shit.
Subscribe to Mike. Absolutely. So that's it for that, guys.
Good night, Jamie.
Me and JT will see you on Sunday.